guess one thing I'll quickly touch on that's going to be hard to do is going to be the bad points about the bike. God, I haven't really thought about this, to be honest. I don't know, what is bad about this bike? Like, nothing. Honestly, it's a really good bike. Like, all round, it's a perfect bike. Perfect first bike. I think you can comfortably get on this after doing your CBT. That's what I did. I think it was about a week later. Yeah, and obviously you do your CBT on these things. They're like a YBR Honda CBF sort of thing, like a sit-up sort of thing. You know, nothing against them. They're comfy to ride and everything, but you know, that's what you usually do your test on, or your CBT. I was quite comfortable in getting on this, really. You know, I mean, I was nervous to start off with, but as soon as I got used to it, you know, it's definitely pardon me, a viable beginner bike. And if you're into the super sport style, then why not? It's perfect. I mean, there's more and more options coming out for 4-stroke 125s in the super sport style. I mean, let's see what you got now. You got the Honda CBR, the Yamaha YZF, the Aprilia RS4. But yeah, you got the KTM RC 125. Yeah, you got quite a lot of options, to be fair, and I haven't ridden any of the others, so all I'm going to recommend is this one. But yeah, no, it's a brilliant bike, absolutely brilliant, and most likely the money that you'll put into it, you'll get back. And it is a super sport style bike, so it is very aggressive and everything. So if you haven't got a good back, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if I'm honest, the only time I ever get any backache or anything is when I've been on it for like ages. I mean, I've been on it for what, like an hour and a half? No, 2 hours today, like more or less straight. And I'm still fine. It can be a bit of a problem if you have a big rucksack like me. Sometimes if I'm using my Krieger rucksack, the R30, like especially when it's completely full and it's got heavy stuff in it. I mean, it's a 30-litre rucksack, so it can become a bit achy then. But you know, you get used to it, really. I mean, I didn't have much pain to start off with, so I wouldn't compare it to that in any way. So yeah, I mean, all round this bike is, I mean, it's not cheap, so I can't say that, right? So fair enough, it's a bit more expensive, but it's fuel efficient. It's incredibly fun to ride, even if you're just commuting. I mean, you can go out on a weekend or go out on a weekday, on an evening, day off, anything, and you can have a great laugh on it. It is so fun to ride. If you go on a country road through twisties, anything like that, it is more than capable, and it is more than fun, right? It is amazing. I can't, that's one thing I didn't say actually, I can't stress how much it makes me happy when I'm leaving work and I know that I've got to go downstairs, go outside and get on this machine to get me home. It makes me so happy. I'm more or less like running out of work just to get on this, because it's just that fun. It's just such a pleasure to ride. There's nothing bad about it, really. I mean, the only bad point I could think of really was it's a bit of an aggressive riding position. But if I'm going to complain about that, then I shouldn't have bought it, should I? So it's just one of them, you know. It's like if you're like a 90-year-old man. Oh no, a bit excessive. If you're like a 60, 70-year-old man and you want a bike for commuting, a 125, and you have bad back problems and this, that, the other, why would you buy one of these? Or any super sport motorcycle, you know? It's obviously supposed to suit certain people, and for people at my age, 17, 18, 19, even older, you know, I think it's a brilliant first bike. And also, if you're thinking of like, you know, if you love the super sport style and you think, right, I'm going to do my CBT, then I'm going to do my full test, then I'm going to do this. This is a brilliant first bike to get you into the grips of riding a super sport motorcycle, because my riding position right now couldn't be any more super sport. There's people that get on, that ride an R6 and things like that, and then they get on one of these and they're like in shock because of how aggressive it really is. Let's see, let's fill it up. So it's on quote unquote half full. So I think it was actually on my first or second day of owning this. I filled it up with fuel. When I bought it, it was on half a tank, and I think to say it was last Thursday I filled it up to full, and it cost me like £5.30. Alright, so I'm now on 190 miles and the tank is still half full, so I've probably done what, 150 miles on half a tank, maybe like 2/3 of a tank. So that should be an example in itself as to how good the fuel economy really is. But as an example, well, I'll turn it on. You can see that is okay. So look, yeah, it's saying it again. That's what, 1, 2, 3, like a third full, I think. Okay. So let's fill it up as much as I can. I'll be surprised if it's much more than £6, if that. £6.26. £6.26. That's it. Receipt required? No, because that's fucking pocket change. So yeah, perfect example of how fuel efficient it is, how cheap it is. Yeah, it's just great. Perfect bike, for me at least. I'm happy with it. You get a lot of attention as well if you like the idea of your bike getting complimented on a regular basis. Then get one of these. I've had tons and tons of occasions where I've parked up, you know, where there's a load of other bikes, and I said, oh, you know, that's a nice bike. Get chatting, blah blah blah. It's definitely a conversation starter. I remember once I was talking to a guy about it, and I said, you know, I think it's the seat height on it is actually a bit higher. It's like a couple inches or something, or a couple centimetres higher than most R6s. I'm just saying something, considering it's a 125 and it's a super sport style bike. I remember that I was talking to a guy, and you know, I was talking to him about it, and he was, oh, you know, it's a nice bike, and he was there on like I think it was a Gixxer 750. Really nice, sounded like gorgeous. I was just chatting to him, and then he was like, oh, what's that over there? Is that an R1? Oh, I was like, no, that's another one of these. It was a 2014 in the blue and whatever, like grey. One of these. And I was just, and he was like, is it? And then like we went over to it, and he was like, oh my god, it is. So bloody hell, they are like, they look a lot bigger than what they are. And for all the people you get, which are like, oh yeah, I want to remove all the stickers that say 125 on it because I don't want people knowing it's a 125cc. Why? Why pretend it's something that it's not? If they see you riding along with L plates anyway, then most people will know that you're not going to be on a big bike. I mean, maybe if you've got your full licence and you've got one, but I mean, why would you really have one? If you had your full licence, but I mean, yeah, they're just an all-round brilliant bike. One last thing I'll say is how tall, because a lot of people are like, oh, am I tall enough for it? But yeah, I mean, I'm what, 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", maybe a little bit higher with my boots on, I don't know really. And I can comfortably flat foot this bike like all the time. It's I'm just the right height for it really. So I reckon if you were you know, shortest height, I think 5'8". I don't know, you could probably go shorter, but you'd be like tiptoeing it or on one foot. mean, to be fair, most of the time when I come to a stop at lights, I still have one foot on the rear brake anyway. So yeah, I mean, if you think that you're going to be too small for it, go to a dealer or go to someone who's selling it and sit on it. I mean, that's the only way you're going to find out. But for me, I think 5'10", 5'11" is like the perfect height for it. You don't look out of proportion or anything, and you can flat foot it comfortably. And yeah, but anyway guys, sorry this has been a bit lengthy. I just wanted to cover as much as I thought would be needed for a proper review of this. Everything about the bike is brilliant. It's top quality build as well. You know, there's no like shoddy parts on it. They're built to last for sure. They last for, like, if you kept it in good nick, then you could get tens of thousands of miles on it. I mean, you rarely see them with more than like 5,000 miles for sale, and even when they're over that, they're only about 9,000. So if you're thinking of getting one, I would say get one if you have the money to, or why haven't you already got one? They're just perfect. My favourite 125 by far, and I couldn't recommend it more to anyone. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching this walk around and review. It was a bit mix and match, I know, I've never done one of these before, gave it my best shot. Sorry, I don't know how long it's going to turn out, but it's probably going to be really bloody long. So thanks for watching, feel free to like, subscribe and comment. Got more content coming out. Feel free to watch my first ride and stuff as well. That was my first ride on this bike after not riding anything for 7.5 weeks, so as you'll see in the video, I was bloody nervous. It was also my first motor vlog, so yeah, you know, I was nervous for that too, and I sounded like a melon. Bit more comfortable now, both on the bike and motor vlogging. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to, you know, as I said before, like, subscribe, comment, all that malarkey. But yeah, this is a Blue Eyed Biker, and thanks for watching. See you later.